Imagine living 10,000 years ago. No supermarket down the street, no fridge to store your food, no Swiggy, no Zomato, no delivery at all. If the hunt failed and the rains never came, what exactly did you eat? It's one of history's most brutal questions. How did ancient humans actually survive hunger? Let's find out step by step. Let's go back, way back in time. How did ancient humans handle hunger? We're breaking this down, step by step, from food to famine to survival itself. Let's begin. Pop culture loves one image of the caveman, always starving, always desperate for food. But here's the twist. Most anthropologists say that's mostly wrong. For long stretches of time, hunter-gatherers actually ate fairly well. The myth and the reality don't match. So which one is true? Let's look at the evidence. Their diet wasn't just meat. Berries were on the menu. So were roots and tubers, along with nuts packed with fat and protein. Fish from rivers and coasts, and shellfish picked straight off the rocks. Even insects made the list, and so did eggs, whenever they were found. This variety was a survival advantage. If one food source failed, dozens of backups remained. The real challenge wasn't constant hunger. Spring brought new growth. Summer meant abundance. Food was everywhere. Autumn was for storing up, but winter brought scarcity. Far fewer food sources remained. And this cycle repeated year after year. The real challenge was managing that gap. Surviving the lean months was the real game. Here's something surprising. Let's look at how often famines actually happened. Specifically, multi-year famines, the kind that wipe out entire populations. Turns out, these were actually rare. Multi-year famines were uncommon. Short, seasonal shortages? Far more common, a big difference between the two. Long, sustained starvation was the exception, not the rule. Strategy number 1, mobility. When food ran low in one place, groups simply moved, following rivers and following herds. Nomadic life wasn't random wandering. It was a calculated response. Based on where resources were available, movement was survival itself. Find new ground, find new food, and the cycle continued. Strategy number 2, sharing. Hunting big game is unpredictable. A successful hunt today, nothing for a week. So groups developed strong sharing norms. If you caught food, you shared it. Because tomorrow, you might be the one with nothing. It was an unspoken insurance system, built on trust, not paperwork, and it kept everyone alive longer. Strategy number 3, the body itself became a storage unit. During times of plenty, the body stored energy as fat. Then, during lean periods, that fat was slowly burned for energy. Human metabolism evolved for exactly this, especially for mothers and children. Fill up, slow burn, repeat. A built-in survival backup. Strategy 4, preservation. Drying meat in the sun. Removing the moisture made it last, and smoking it over a fire added flavor. It also kept the meat longer. Burying food underground was another trick. Letting it ferment slowly, these techniques stretched food for weeks, sometimes even months. A good harvest could outlast its season. Strategy 5, broad-spectrum foraging. When preferred foods disappeared, people didn't just go hungry, they expanded what counted as food. Insects, snails, and tough roots that needed real effort to eat. Even bone marrow cracked open. Nothing edible was wasted. Flexibility was the key skill. Every patch of land had something to offer. How do we actually know all this? Archaeologists study ancient bones, looking for stress marks and examining tooth enamel too, for gaps in nutrition. They also dig through ancient trash heaps, full of shells, bones, and seeds, piece by piece, reconstructing the diet. Exactly what people ate and when. It's detective work, written in bone. And here's where it gets messy. Actual test results from bones, isotopes, often contradict the popular version. The dramatic starving caveman story, the one you see in documentaries. The data says something different. Science keeps correcting the myth, bit by bit, getting closer to the truth each time. That said, famine did happen. Volcanic winters, blocking out the sun for seasons, alongside prolonged droughts, rivers running dry, and sudden climate shifts. Or overhunting an area. Real, severe shortages followed, sometimes lasting a full season or more. Around 12,000 years ago, agriculture changed everything. Before, diets were varied. Now, farming meant fields. Farming gave more total food, but less variety. Relying on one or two crops meant if that crop failed, there was no backup plan. Not anymore. Let's compare famine risk directly, starting with hunter-gatherers. Relatively low famine risk. Now, early farmers. Surprisingly, higher famine risk. Ironically, the opposite of what you'd expect. Many researchers argue this clearly. A monoculture society is more fragile than one eating 50 different wild foods. More food didn't always mean more safety. Knowledge itself was a survival tool. Elders passed down what they knew, which plants were poisonous, and where water could be found in dry months, which roots to dig when nothing else was available. Children listened and remembered, passed from one generation to the next by firelight, as valuable as any physical tool. Stories that quite literally kept people alive. During shortages, food allocation wasn't random. Children were often prioritized, even when adults had less. Pregnant women too, given a bit more when possible, because their survival mattered most. The survival of the next generation. Sometimes elders sacrificed their own share. It wasn't perfectly equal, but it was deeply intentional. In many ways, we still carry these instincts. Our urge to stock up. Look at a fully stocked fridge. We instinctively want it full. Our craving for sugar and fat, even festival feasting. These are echoes of our past, where abundance had to be used while it lasted. Old instincts, new world. The behavior never really left us. So let's sum it all up. Strategy 1, mobility, sharing and biology, body fat storage, preservation, and flexible foraging. 5 strategies working together, not one single trick. A complete survival system. That's how ancient humans truly survived hunger. Hunger shaped human history more than almost any other force. It shaped our biology and our social bonds, and even our migrations. The next time you open a fridge without a second thought, remember that convenience took thousands of years of struggle to earn. If you found this interesting, hit subscribe for more deep dives like this one, and turn on notifications too. Drop a comment below. What part surprised you the most? Check out our other videos too, right here. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.